Well, look at that, less than an hour later. Welcome back to Dirty Deeds. There are people marching and I'm just going to pop over to Real Rukshan. I'll keep the volume low at the moment. Needless to say, people are happy to see him there today. Apparently he was not on the scene earlier because he's been with Lara Ingram, Fox reporter. Be interesting to hear what her angle is today, but obviously there's a bit of interest from the States in what's happening here. So despite the heavy-handed response by the police, it looks like people are still gathering. It's hard to get a really good idea of the crowd, but let's hear what's going on. Real Rukshan, sorry, again, it will become second nature to me. Real Rukshan, find him on social media.
Congratulations, brother. For sure. Okay, good to see you.
As I said earlier, there were reports that he was arrested, and I suppose that's confronting in itself that we believe that it's quite possible independent media will be arrested at some point.
With my brother here too.
Yeah. Can I interview you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your name, sir?
Miguel.
I got here with me Miguel. He's from Chile. Miguel, why are you here today?
Today we fight for freedom. We don't need to have the job. My brother, they are teacher. They try to do the same thing when they do it with CFMU, but it's not allowed to have it done.
We did not consent. It's our choice. It's our bodies.
There you go.
That guy was just saying his daughter is a teacher and mandatory vaccines are coming into play for them. I believe there was an announcement potentially today about that.
Other industries have joined in as well. I just spoke to the father of a teacher there who's come to support his daughter. So so right now, the group. Hello. So right now the group has descended here onto the Shrine of Remembrance, the pathway. I can't remember. Too many. I think so. Good for me. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Rukshan, I have never sweat so much in my life.
You're sweating?
Because I was running for my life when they shot the stingers
They
out.
shot. So that what? Just you tell the camera what happened before?
They shot stingers out. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
I just know I saw one or two.
Yeah. And what were you guys doing when they shot you?
Running.
Just
Everyone
running. But before that, what were you doing before that moment?
Like, we couldn't, like, people were panicking, right? They didn't know what to do what I used to do.
Yeah.
We just ran everywhere.
Okay.
But now we're starting to stay together.
Yeah.
We're getting better every day.
Okay. So this gentleman was saying that he was just running before from being shot at by the stingers early on, and he feels safer now that he's regrouped with a larger group of people without the ability for the police to easily. Hello.
You're a legend.
Oh.
Thank you for
Yeah, no worries.
Say hi to Lucas. Shout out to Lucas.
Shout out to Lucas. Hey Lucas, what's going on?
Thank you. I see you yesterday.
Okay.
Legend.
Lots of people thanking Rukshan for all that he's doing. His legs must just be burning already.
So guys, thanks for joining in my live feed.
Just supporting you, bro.
I'm a bit late today.
My hope is that this crowd continues to grow. I think it sort of does, in a way, keep everybody safer, so long as they can remain peaceful. Of course, it's really easy for tempers to flare up in this kind of environment. people are angry. Our country, particularly our state, is hurting.
Yeah.
Take that. How you doing this, Rukshan, man?
I don't know, bro. I have to do it. This has to be done. This has to be documented in a fair
Hopefully you've been all right.
in a fair way. Huh?
Hopefully you've been all right. No issues here.
I've been okay, yeah. So guys, yeah, of course, bro. They've taken a position here on the steps of the Shrine of Remembrance. And I know these types of scenes can be misconstrued in the media. People have very different opinions of what should be allowed on sacred ground. They're saying, telling everyone to be respectful, that this memorial represents people that have died for freedom, the freedom of the
This is a photographer's dream. So this is the Shrine of Remembrance in Melbourne. They're talking about the thousands of people that died for our freedom.
I'm good, man. Thanks, brother. Thank you.
No violence! No violence! No violence! No violence! No violence! No violence! We stand for our freedom, and the police let us know. Protesting is a human right.
I have played one of these videos back and I'm aware that my sound isn't great, so I have ordered a microphone because I'm just going to be honest, I'm enjoying this. But secondly, I realise the sound's not great when I unmute it. Again, I encourage you to go over and watch it as it happens with the real Rukshan.
So guys,
John! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
the police are coming up on the protesters here who are sitting down peacefully on the steps of the Shrine of Remembrance. The protesters are saying that this is a place that represents the human right to protest.
I hope everyone just sits down, but I guess I was just going to do a quick video and then send you over to the live footage, but I think I'm just going to keep going. Feel free to leave whenever you want to go and watch it as it happens, but it looks like there's going to be some sort of standoff between the police and the protesters. hardly anybody knows the second verse to our national anthem. You can see it's a bit of a nicer day in Melbourne today. I think it's roughly about 18 degrees here today, but it is very cloudy. We don't have blue skies here. And we're going to have to put up with a little bit of poor reception from Rukshan.
Living Charles on hollow ground. If they shoot us here, they have no respect for the Anzacs, no respect for our country. They are the communists. We are not neo-Nazis. Look at the diversity here. We are all different and everyone is welcome in our country. But communism is not welcome. We will not stand for, will not comply.
So a lot of people here. I don't know who is an organizer or what it is, but a lot of people here are trying to take the role in de-escalating the situation and just telling people to remain calm.
Looks like a flash mob in the making. Apologies, I actually think it is my reception here. It's actually not real because I've got it on my phone as well and it seems to be ticking along fine. I don't know, should I jump out and jump back in maybe? All right, I'm going to jump out and jump back in. I think that's the safest bet. I just keep having heaps of problems with the reception here. And it can't be my Wi-Fi because, like I said, my phone's going fine. Maybe I've got too much going on the computer.
You know, they're saying they're hearing peace, and they're here. They're here because they want their medical autonomy respected. They want a right to choose.
So you're right, Rukshan. There's a lot of people worried.
All right, buddy, thank you.
43,000 watching. He didn't really start this video all that long ago.
So you got a bloke just sitting here by himself. I mean, it would be very sad to see, you know, counter-terrorism tactics being used against people at a place like this.
I do wish everyone would sit down. Or is that ill-advised? I don't know.
Bringing you everything that's happening for as long as I can today as well. So there's people standing at the front here. There's a few rows into the back and right at the top as well. And then people sitting along the grass here. Only a few hundred people here at the moment, I reckon. I can't see everyone, but there might be more people behind. So I'll try to go and get a shot of the police just to give you an idea of what's on the other side. they are still a distance away.
In a dream world, the police would just be coming up, sitting down, being casual, making sure people are keeping safe, maybe removing people that do become violent in a perfect world.
Want to do, and they might just disperse by themselves. They really don't want to engage with the police, it seems like. But we heard Daniel Andrews and Shane Patton with a very stern message in the morning press conference at around 8:30 in the morning, just to warn people not to come into the city. But these people have come anyway. I don't know what to make of that. These people have come despite all those warnings. And
it is still interesting to me that there's not as many people as there were yesterday. I think a lot of people found what's happened over the last couple of days, violent episodes aside, is quite inspiring. I was 100% sold on the idea that today would be even bigger. I am known for not always being right.
have you been covering this for a while now today? No, I didn't arrive, just do it before. So the big, I don't think this is the best place for us to stand down. No.
It would be a reasonable tactic if the idea was that potentially the majority of the protesters turn up later. The police have been on their feet all day. Maybe that would see some of the numbers drop off because they had a pretty fair effort in place this morning. I don't know if it's that well organised. I don't know whether it's just people that are prepared to turn up today have turned up. Not seeing a lot of work gear, although, to be fair, if you're not working for 2 weeks, chances are you've thrown your high vis in the wash. Not really too sure what to make of it at the moment.
But yeah, a few hundred meters away, you got the crowd. Can someone just let me know if my live feed is coming through okay? Is it lagging or is it coming through okay?
Here's a stellar comment. Yep, let them remain in-vaxxed if they want. Let COVID get them. Cheers.
So I'm reading a lot of comments here saying that protesting at the shrine is disrespectful. I think there is some rules around that as well. But I don't think these people are here by choice in terms of this particular location. Normally they end up in these type of locations because they are pushed around and moved around. I've only seen one other protest last year that was actually, I guess, deliberately staged at the shrine. And again, this is just my opinion. People have different views. Some people say that this is the perfect place for such a protest. So it's you get mixed views even with a location like this. But despite all of that, I think again today, authorities have an opportunity. These people aren't doing anything. They're not vandalizing the building. They're just sitting here. They're talking. Yes, they're saying things. They might be shouting. But overall, I don't see them doing anything violent at this particular spot. So if anyone was to engage, it would be the people with the weapons, which is the police right now. If they come up here and start shooting people, you know, it's gonna, I don't think that's good for our country. It doesn't look good, one, at a place like this, those kind of things happening. I don't know how that would inflame the situation further.
So Rukshan saying that there's comments about it being disrespectful that this is taking place at the Shrine of Remembrance. I would be interested to know what a digger has to say about that. I imagine there's a lot of diggers that would be proud of these people. They fought and died for our country, for our freedoms, for our rights. I might see if I can find some footage of a war veteran talking about what's going on. Maybe not necessarily what's going on right at this minute, but just the overall lockdowns, restrictions, tyranny.
You know, I've seen these type of protests. I've seen these type of protests all over the world, and you know, in some instances, I've actually seen leaders in the community, so you know, members of parliament, turn up to these things and try to de-escalate the situation, try to talk to people, at least just hear them out, and then just diffuse the situation. But you can't necessarily diffuse the situation with a standoff, unless, of course, one side decides not to act on that standoff. And I think the greatest responsibility here is on the shoulders of the police.
So I do see some high vis there. So there are still some tradies there, but it looks to me like it could be mostly just general public at the moment, or some construction workers not in uniform, and that's okay. It's hard to tell if the crowd's getting any bigger. I don't think so. Maybe dripping.
Well, thank you to everyone that's been sending me messages throughout the day asking about my welfare, because I hadn't turned up early to cover this rally. I was just doing an interview overseas, and then I came down here to start my independent media coverage of this particular protest. The thing is, like, people shouldn't be worried that the police would be nabbing independent journalists for covering these events and doing a live stream. There's plenty of mainstream media here. Everyone, like all that kind of photographers, videographers from multiple outlets are here. Hey buddy, what's happening? Whatever. I'm good, brother. And a lot of them disengaged, but you know, for my type of coverage that I'm doing.
I just want to make a shout out. Fifi, where are you? You scumbag.
For the type of coverage that I'm doing. So far.
You need someone else to pay the curtain for a while, or you're right?
Oh, you gonna help me today?
I'm happy to help you.
Yeah.
I've literally been chasing the group to come and find you.
Mate,
I've switched off my life.
I've been offered some help by Topher here. So Topher might help me carry the gimbal today. So it's very hard to do these long live streams. But right now, Topher, I'm all right. I just started.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna.
Comments are getting kind of catty. Just makes me want to rush for the paracetamol.
I don't have another one now.
Stay with you. 5 minutes?
Yeah. Is it working?
You can see by some of these comments that the headlines later on in the day will be thugs desecrate sacred war site or some shit.
Important to understand why people come to these things and who they are and what it's all about. Getting a shot from a helicopter or from far away and cutting it together with scenes of you know, police shooting people on the street and people running towards the police or throwing bottles at the police doesn't always tell the full story. And so it's always a lot more informative to get the full perspective, and I think this is the only medium that can provide that. Hey guys, how's it going?
Thanks for the support, bro.
Thanks for watching, guys.
This guy here with his happy pants on, I mean, talk about threatening.
So not much happening here, guys. It's relatively, well, it's very peaceful. People are just sitting around talking with each other, chit-chatting. Looks like they're having picnics here.
Love your work, mate.
Well done,
Love
buddy.
it.
Well done, buddy.
It really could get to the point where the only way to get out and get some sunshine is to protest. be careful, honey, you could get a rubber bullet. That's okay, Mum. I just need some vitamin D.
Navi's live stream, and there was a lot of interactions between police and the public. A few arrests that I saw, and some of the new tactics that the police were using.
Us veterans got a charger. A lot of them come to you now.
Someone's looking for an iPhone charger here.
Anyone have an iPhone
Anyone
charger?
have an iPhone charger?
Come to Rukshan. $20.
$20 for an
Just
iPhone.
for the cable board.
Just for the cable? All right. I'd give you mine, man, but I need it for my battery back.
No. Export it.
So maybe you can't hear. There is a bit of shouting going on, like it's a loud group. I'm not sure that they're getting revved up though, and it doesn't look like the police are advancing too close.
Saying if they march, the police will get them.
Stay here. Guys, looks like they're working.
Okay, they're trying to get them to march on, or some people are saying they want to march on, other people are saying stay here. Does look like people are leaving. I don't know that that's the best idea. I think I would want to stay, and I hope that more people will come and sit with them there. I think it's a poignant location.
I think the majority have decided to stay on. And those that moved away seem to be coming back.
Yeah, it looks like they're staying put. I'll wait until I get any sort of shot from Rukshan about where the police are and what's happening. And I might just leave it because this could go on for the rest of the afternoon, and I'll come back later. I also want to share with you later some comments made by our Prime Minister, our Premier Dan Andrews, and some comments made by other people in the media. I want to read their statements because I think it's important to hear the narrative. It's also interesting to hear how the narrative has somewhat resonated with a lot of people that I know. Look, I don't argue about it. I don't say anything about it unless I'm asked because, again, arguments about this kind of stuff just leaves me heading for the paracetamol. I get a headache. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to ruin my relationships with people over this stuff, but I do also feel very strongly about it. And I just ask people to do some research. It doesn't take long once you start looking to at least have a question mark around what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you keep going. So someone's just going to start a prayer session as well. They're saying touch one, touch all. Some sort of union slogan. I've heard that over the last couple of days.
Expecting the police to come and take this.
I just want to know why we're here.
Why are you here, man?
We don't want the vaccines. We want freedom. These people died for us,
Freedom of
and they're
choice.
trying to take it away from us. Freedom of choice, no vaccines, no mandates. That's why we're here.
Our body,
To
our
show the
choice.
police, to show everyone that the police are the guys who started. Look at them now. They can't touch us here. If they do, it's going to make them look bad. They call us neo-Nazis, and they're the ones that shut down the Jews trying to pray on their holiest day with police-mounted horses, and we're the fucking Nazis. Let them know.
There you go, guys. Someone else has taken. I've met a lot of people, and a lot of them have taken great offense to the fact that they're being called Nazis and right-wing extremists. A lot of people I've talked to throughout the last couple of days have taken a great lot of offense. And I don't understand why the leaders and these media people keep going on television and just saying, absolute nonsense. Of course, you're always going to have some very tiny minority of people who agitate and come to these things with different nefarious reasons. Just like you have rogue police officers sometimes that act act beyond the limits of the law when responding to things. But the vast majority of people don't fit that mold at all.
Shout out to Dynamic, brother.
Dynamic?
Shout out.
Dynamic.
Yeah,
With that face? Okay.
What I'm hoping for is that this just sort of simmers down, and then before you know it, somebody comes up from behind, followed by a massive group of people, and they all sit together. It'll be like watching a football match where the underdog team, you know, kick by winning a goal on the final buzzer. That's what I'm hoping for. It is footy grand final this weekend too, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. People normally gather and party around that time. It's a public holiday on Friday.
These are two Islamic gentlemen praying as they do multiple times a day, and this is just to give you a glimpse of the diversity of people that are at this particular rally.
They're chanting Rukshan.
Love your work, brother. Fuck that, Andrew. So people are chanting, they're singing the national anthem. No word on what the police are doing. I might leave this here and then I'll plug back in a little bit later. Like I said, I want to share some other content with you as well. Here's the reporter from earlier from Rebel News Australia. I will be watching this. I was actually just sort of getting to the point where I'm like, oh, well, I might go and, I don't know, do something else for a bit. And then I saw that Real Rukshan was live, so had to plug back in. I'll let you join him again for a little bit, and then I'll end this video, upload it so you can catch it live, hopefully. And yeah, we'll chat about it later. Thank you. How you going, honey? Love you, man.
Bit of White Stripes. It'd be so great if people came down with a generator and some music gear and just put a band on and had some food there, and people could just park there for as long as they like today. I'm hoping there's public toilets around. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with people going to the toilet, but that would be a big no-no for me. I have no bladder control.
The chanting chants against Daniel Andrews. I mean, if you take in the lunchroom protest on Friday, and then there was a freedom rally on the Saturday, and then Monday, Tuesday, it's been continuous days of protests here in Melbourne, Australia. And I still don't believe the leaders have actually addressed what's going on here. They want to pretend it's something else, but I don't know that that'll actually stop this.
I think they were just chanting Dan is a wanker.
They're calling everyone you're a neo-Nazi?
Am I a neo-Nazi?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Because you just spoke to me in Sri Lankan.
Yeah, but that's it, brother.
So you know my native tongue
I
is
saw
Sinhalese.
you at the CFMU what day, 2 days ago.
2 days
man.
ago, yeah.
And I play with a lot of languages, about 42 languages.
Yeah.
Man. So I used to be the alley max, man.
Yeah.
So nah, man, not at all. I don't subscribe to Nazism. I subscribe to freedom.
I'm just asking, man, because the media's telling me all sorts of different things. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, well, they might get confused with the snake of the Gadsden flag. That represents don't tread on me, don't tread on my rights, don't tread on my freedom. That's what it is. I'm not a neo-Nazi, not at all, man. Not at all.
Well, you know Sri Lankan Sinhalese.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That kind of
Sapatu.
You know how I say shoes in Sinhalese?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Thanks for being here,
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
That was pretty cool. I will say there's a guy there with his top off. It really isn't that warm. And tanning is unsafe.
What's your name, buddy? John? Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, it's like you see you at the end of the game.
Anyone that's been paintballing knows to wear a couple of layers at least. You've got rubber bullets potentially coming your way and you've got your top off. Each to their own. Again, we're fighting for freedom and he has every freedom to do this. I just think it's weird.
You look aspiring, or you just do it for a hobby?
I want to be a movie director.
You're gonna be a movie director. That's cool, man. That's awesome. And how old are you?
I'm 19.
That's awesome, man. Gotta start early.
I really like it.
Thanks, buddy. He's just letting mom know he's all good. Thanks, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, my family watches every day. They're probably watching right
Oh,
now.
you should say hello to your parents then. Huh? Am I going to go on InfoWars?
Yeah.
Look, I respect all media, so definitely I have no issue with what InfoWars is doing.
Yeah, you're going to go on InfoWars, eh?
I don't know. Have they asked me to come on? I will go on InfoWars. I'll talk to Alex Jones. Thanks, buddy.
Someone wants a picture with you.
Yeah, man.
Just go find him, go find him.
Oh, that's a nice sign. I don't know if more people just join them or whether they're cheering the sign. I hope both. It would be a better photo if they centralised that. Be nice if there was a way you could tell them just a little to the left.
43.
You get more than 7 years.
All right, guys. So we've got a sign up here. It says end lockdown now. Dan made disaster.
Right, I might leave it there just for now, but I will come back. There you go. So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday, the 22nd of September. Protests are happening. Real Rukshan is live now please go find him if you want to watch it as it's happening. We'll get some highlights later, but I might even come back just hoping that the crowd grows, hoping that it remains peaceful. As everyone was saying earlier, look, if it's going to become violent, it'll be at the hand of the police with any luck. Not saying with any luck that it gets violent, but just I'm hoping that these people can keep their cool and be the respectful adults that they are. God bless them all. God bless you.